Bell rolls is the reporter thrown into the secretive world of the Forex Super Model, where nothing is as it seems. Beware the techno monk, and steer clear of Professor Code and his two assistants. Give the senior trader a wide berth, and don't expect any sense from the risk manager.
Good morning, I'm Professor Code and this is the Forex Super Model daily review for Friday the 19th of November 2021. Time is just coming up to 04:20 GMT, Asian session coming to close, European session firing up our lunchtime, North American session. Right, yesterday Thursday the 18th we had a positive opposed driver in the euro plus 177. Front and back door flows mainly coming out the yen at minus 131, out the dollar at minus 47, and the pound was the positive rock at plus 1, activity plus or minus 178. Intra-week then, most relevant, this is from Monday the 15th, open to about 15 minutes ago. We've got a positive opposed driver in the pound, plus 322. Front and back door flows mainly coming out the euro at minus 259, out the yen at minus 132, and the dollar's the positive rock at plus 69, activity plus or minus 391. Right, so over the week then we've had the pound positively driving, and the euro sort of being pretty weak. Yesterday we had a bit of a reversal here. We had the euro driving positively, so we had euro bouncing up, the yen coming off, and the dollar coming down a little bit, and the pound dropping effectively in net terms as well. So and then intraday, which is the Asian session to about 15 minutes ago, we've got a positive opposed driver in the dollar at plus 41. Front and back door flows mainly coming out the euro at minus 25, out the yen at minus 19, and the pound is the positive rock at plus 3, activity plus or minus 44. Right, so we've got this sort of swing around situation here. We've got dollar strength in the Asian session. We had dollar weakness yesterday, and overall the dollar is the positive rock at plus 69. We'll talk about that in a minute, but we'll write up the flows. Right, we've written up the flows then. So the euro is weak across the board. The yen is weak except against the euro and the NZD. The pound is weak except against the euro and the yen. The Swiss is strong except against the dollar and the CAD. The CAD is strong across the board. The AUD is strong except against the dollar and the CAD. The NZD is weak except against the euro, the pound and the yen. And the dollar is strong except against the CAD. So what have we got? We've got euro weakness in the Asian session, and we've got CAD strength across the board, and we've got secondary strength in the dollar, and we've got mixed weakness in the yen and the pound. So that's where we are really. And what's going to knock it about, or has knocked it about? Well, today, Friday the 19th, then last trading day of the week, we've got Tier 2 GBP retail sales. And we've got two lots of President Lagarde's speech in the EUR sandwiching basically the main piece of data today, which is CAD retail sales, a tier 1 event. And the CAD is on the up. Oil's bounced a little bit. Anyway, we'll talk about that in a minute. So we'll write up the asset classes and then do the final analysis. Right, we've written up the asset classes then. So US dollar index has done a big break. It's come back. It's 0.14 from the high, 14% off the high. Thinking about going back up again. Gold normally wouldn't like a strong dollar, but we've got an inflation sort of trade here, and it's 0.20 from the high. It's come back a bit to be fair, so it's 20% off the modelled high. Oil did a big break and it's come back. It's 0.28 from the high. It's come off 28% from the modelled high. Wall Street, S&P Tech. They've all broken a long while ago, and then the Wall Street has come back to 0.12 from the high, so it's a little bit soft. S&P is at the high, and the tech has actually broken the new high, so that's interesting. So we're starting to see a bit of divergence. We've got the tech leading, S&P next, and Wall Street lagging a little bit. US 10-year in the bun, this is the price. The price has been thumped down, yield's gone up, and now we've got this bounce in price, and then the US 10-year is 0.17 from the floor, so it's 17% off the model floor. Yield's relatively strong, way below half marks, and the bund is above half marks in terms of price, 0.29 from the high. So European yields relatively a lot weaker than US 10-year yields on that basis. Copper then has been chopping about. It's 0.45 from the floor, so it's just below half marks, and US steel is at half marks. Right, so we'll get rid of that and do the final analysis. So as I said, we data wise it's pretty light today. We've got tier 2 GBP, GDP. Grab this. Sorry, retail sales, not GDP. Anyway, right, dollar, euro, yen, pound, CAD, AUD, NZD, Swiss. Now we're starting to see strength. We had strength in the dollar originally. It came back. We're now starting to see a positive dollar again. The euro bounced yesterday, but is now looking soft again, negative. The yen's neutral to negative off the back of the equity transmission. And what's the pound up to? The pound is a little bit soft. It's neutral. It's really neutral to soft at the moment. And the CAD came off and is now thinking about bouncing again. And the AUD and the NZD are mixed. The AUD's sort of thinking about going up and the NZD's down. So we've got divergence there, and the Swiss is back up on the up. So the gist of it is we've had this break, this significant break in the Nasdaq, and the S&P is like basically holding at the highs. The likelihood is, as far as we're concerned, is that we're going to get a big ramp up in equities again, and the dollar's starting to come back, and the likelihood then is the best place to be is long dollar yen. So that would be our favoured FX pair of the 28 major FX pairs that we deal with. You want to be looking at that. Sort of fits all the macro and the flow criteria. You're going to get the dollar yen normally perks up when equities go up. You're going to get secondary backdoor flows into the dollar at the moment anyway. The dollar looks like it wants to go up again in terms of the flow cycle, and the yen tends to get a negative transmission off equities, so that's going to basically give us that sort of scenario, and the technicals look favourable for long dollar yen. So I mean, obviously there's other FX pairs that are going to be favourable today, but that would be where we would park our funds, and we'll be looking to have a go long dollar yen. So I hope that was useful. See you tomorrow for the weekly review and the data cycle. If not, see you Monday for the next briefing. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.